There was a lovely and peaceful village nestled above towering, enchanted hills. In that village, there lived a young man by the name of Peter, who was impoverished despite his politeness and humility. Peter was quite considerate. A few of Peter's friends lived in his neighborhood, and whenever he went somewhere with them, people would treat them all with respect and honor. However, Peter did not receive the same treatment, and one day, feeling homesick, he went to a nearby river in his village. He arrived there with a heavy heart and a disturbed mind. He began to wonder why people didn't respect others, and why they kept demeaning others without giving them a good reason. He also wondered how many other people's insults and humiliations were bothering him, and how many other people's actions were upsetting his peace of mind. Peter ran to his old monk, who had a remarkable ability to instantly put an end to these kinds of materialistic suffering. When Peter arrived at the monastery, he saw that the old monk was completely engrossed in deep meditation, and that a few people were sitting at his feet to seek the master's guidance and advice. Peter sat down among those people and started to wait for his turn, and when the monk opened his merciful eyes, he saw some people who were troubled by life's problems and sufferings. The monk then started to resolve everyone's sufferings one by one. When Peter's turn came, he stood up, bowed down before the monk respectfully, and then knelt down at his feet when the monk asked Peter regarding his health. Peter broke down in tears and revealed all to the monk. Peter told the monk, "Everyone takes me for granted, including my friends, family, and relatives. When I voice my opinion to them about anything, they ignore it or make fun of me. Sometimes they even make fun of me. No one respects me or thinks I'm deserving of anything. I'm starting to feel like I am someone no one respects because I am experiencing the same thing among my family and relatives." After Peter continued, "Sir, wherever I go, people treat me like a man of no use." The monk questioned with a kind grin. "What then, Peter, my kid, do you want?" The monk said to Peter, "No one can disrespect and embarrass anyone until you allow people to do so to yourself. People ridicule and disrespect you because it is you who have made yourself." Peter said, "Sir, I want everyone to respect and value me. I want everyone to listen to my words with attention and never ignore me on this." Weak by not developing your strength and power, you are living in a society where strong individuals frequently torment the defenseless and weak. In the same way that a parent insults their children, a husband insults his wife, a rich person insults the poor, and a monk insults his servant. Everyone who is powerful in this world insults the weak. You must understand this profoundly in order to understand why people don't respect you and why they don't look up to you. You must ascertain people's mentalities and how they think. For this reason, I'm going to share with you 5 strategies today that, if you implement them successfully, will cause people to bow down and recognize you as someone who should be taken seriously. Appreciate you, pay close attention to what you have to say, and vow never to try to ignore you again. Then pay close attention to these 5 teachings that will change your life. The first habit to develop is the ability to say no to people. If you agree with people only to make them happy and appear good in their eyes, you're only making yourself look bad, because people will start to take advantage of you because you will become someone who never says no to them and who lacks self-respect. This gives the impression that you are thoughtless and lack opinion because you constantly say yes to everyone. When you can't say no to people, they stop asking for your permission to do any work because they assume that if you ask him, he will undoubtedly agree. When you start accepting people's requests for help, they stop respecting your time and start giving you tasks that they could have completed themselves because of your hesitation. You will continue to do these things without even thinking, cursing yourself, and as a result, you will waste time that you could have used to better yourself. In addition, the person in front of you won't even acknowledge your assistance. Because you will feel as though you are doing the same thing for everyone, learn not to say yes every time. Instead, think things through before answering yes. You won't always be happy when you keep everyone happy. In fact, by saying yes to everyone else's work, you will make yourself unhappy and lose respect in the process. The second thing you need to understand, Peter, is that everyone has problems in their lives at some point, so you need to quit whining. However, nobody likes someone who is constantly whining and crying about their problems. Instead, people run away from him and want to get rid of him because they are too busy worrying about their own problems and would prefer someone who can make them laugh, make them feel better, lighten their load, and temporarily remove them from their troubles. Therefore, stop whining and try to solve all of your own problems. There's no use in telling people about your troubles because they will either make fun of you behind your back or ignore you, may begin to flee from you. Thus, if you want to keep your dignity and be respected by others, give up the habit of constantly complaining. With that, the monk taught Peter the third lesson about earning people's respect. Don't be available to everyone all the time. If you are, people will stop respecting you and will think you're a piece of trash. This is because no matter how important we think someone is in our lives or how much importance we place on them, the person in front of us will always think less of us. Then we cease to be respected and significant in their lives. In this world, Peter always keeps in mind that those who are less available are valuable, while those who are more available have no value. For example, while a person cannot survive without water, he does not value it because it is more readily available. On the other hand, a person can survive without a precious diamond, but he values it more because it is less readily available. For this reason, the less accessible you are to others, the more people will seek you out and respect you. Always follow your advice and keep in mind that no one appreciates an insincere or untrustworthy person if you want them to value and respect you. If you are true to your words, people will respect you without a doubt. If you lie to people, however, people won't even believe you for a split second. In contrast, if you are firm in your decisions and promises, people will respect you without a doubt. People lose respect among their friends and society simply because of their false promises and words, so always avoid these respect-robbing things. Otherwise, your loved ones will stop respecting you. After giving Peter these 4 important lessons, the monk paused for a moment and said, "My child, one of the biggest reasons for our humiliation in this world and society is our poverty. Peter, a poor man in this world, has no friend or relative." The monk continued, "After this, it takes years to build respect, but we lose it easily because of our small mistakes and bad habits. This is also a reason why people do not respect us. A poor person experiences insults and embarrassment at every turn in this world, leading them to believe that they are a curse. The biggest insults that a poor person must endure come from within their own home, where word of mouth spreads that they are impoverished, and people begin to feel sorry for them. Developing some such characteristic in yourself can help you escape the poverty trap, since living in this world is like walking on a path lined with thorns. This is also a major reason. Because of this, no one values or respects you. If you want that, however, you must transform into the best version of yourself in order to see others valuing and respecting you." With that said, the monk stopped lecturing Peter and bestowed upon him a bright and happy future in which he will not be treated disrespectfully. The monk then resumed his meditation. After that, Peter got up and thanked the master for teaching him these 5 immortal lessons. He then again bowed respectfully before the master and left. Now that Peter had implemented all 5 of the monk's teachings, he was able to quickly recognize the significant changes that had arrived in his life, bringing with them valuation, respect, and honor. This completely transformed Peter's life, as people now respected and honored him and started to regard him as a man of high values. In this way, Peter had attained the respect of the people, something he had always aspired to.